What's up, everybody? I'm actually in the kitchen making a sandwich. Wash my hands first. In this video, I want to discuss why do we complain about what we don't like, but then we keep surrounding ourselves with the people or the problems or the traits of what we don't like. And what I mean by this is I had a person today, and this is why I said I always peek people through. I spot the energy, and I'm already like, okay, I already can see where this is going. And lo and behold, exactly what I peeped, this is what I mean by when you spot red flags, go on and exit stage left early on. And this is also why I say you have to be wise about who you choose to engage with, who you choose to spend energy and time on, who you choose to respond to. Because let's be real, you don't owe anybody anything in reality. Maybe, I think you owe common decency and respect, but you don't owe people these, rebuttals and conversations and debates. And again, another thing that needs to be brought up, toxic people, they love to deflect. Okay? They love to deflect and project. And they love to create, chaos, some type of argument, some type of disagreement. And they want to waste this time having you go back and forth. And now you're wasting your energy going back and forth about what you know to be true because you are living through this. These are your lived experiences. You're witnessing and seeing this, and they're literally trying to argue with you and make it seem like, aka gaslighting. This is what I mean by all of this is toxic person manipulation tactics 101. This is what they do. And then, you're wasting all this time and energy, and they're feeding off of that. A toxic person, a person who's narcissistic or that has a lot of narcissistic traits, they get off on negative energy, positive energy, whatever energy and attention that they're getting off on. But when you're neutral, you're indifferent, you don't care, or you shut them off right then and there, you block and you go your own way, you cut it off right then and there, you get the scissors and go on and cut it off, they can't handle that. They don't like that because now there's no way for them to get any energy from you. You're not wasting your time. So like I said, when you spot the red flags, and they be there, we just be sitting there like, oh, well, that wasn't that bad. Well, maybe, well, yeah, if you have to do all of that, it's time to let it go. Those are the red flags. So, this person came on the video where I was discussing she isn't allowed to be in her feminine in response to a lot of cis-het men basically saying that women, and in particular black and brown women, and then in very specific black cis women, black cis-het women are not being feminine, and they don't do this and they don't do that, and that's why they can't find a man, and if they were in their so basically I did a response to it, and this person came on and was like, but isn't it, when feminine, well, how come Asian women can work and be feminine, but black women are working and they're not feminine? And then and basically was like, can you answer that? And I'm thinking, like I said in the beginning of the video, number one, I'm an intersex trans man and I'm gay. I'm not interested in women romantically or sexually. So I wouldn't be able to tell you why Asian women do this and black women do this, on top of the fact that you don't know all of that to be true either, nor do we know the other abusive and how sexism and misogyny works, clearly. But okay, continue on. And then, this is what I mean by you missed the whole point of the video. You went all the way to that instead of saying, okay, you're right. We do need to step up. I mean, if I'm supposed to be so masculine and alpha male, she technically shouldn't have to work. I mean, again, y'all want to go with these gender roles as long as it suits you and it benefits you. But then when women and feminine people are holding you cis het men to those same gender roles of masculinity, all of a sudden, well, we can go half and half, and well, how come they working and they feminine? How come y'all can't work? Oh, then how come you can't provide and bring home the bacon? Again, you can't have it both ways, ho. This is not Burger King. You don't always get it how you like it. You can't always have it your way. Again, y'all got to stop being hypocrites and contradicting yourself. And like I said, I'm a gay trans man. So I wasn't interested in women anyways, in that romantic sexual department. Now, are women, great people to have as friends? Yes. But even then, I've stated before, talking about narcissistic families and toxic mothers, and I've talked about this time and time again. It's bad on both sides. Again, this is why it's called Psych Perspectives, okay? But okay, continue on. And the whole point of this is, they pull you into these conversations to pull energy, and they're missing the point. They're purposely missing the point. They don't want to see. And then I even stated in the video, there are points in the red pill community, in the men going their own way community, in the high value community, that I agree with. There are a lot of key points that I'm like, yes, spot on. I said that in the video. And you know what? I'm going to do a video discussing red pill, high value, MG, TOW, men going their own way, manosphere points that I agree with. Because a lot of y'all be sitting up confused and thinking that I don't. But that's just, it ain't that y'all be confused. Y'all just want to argue and you choose what you choose. But anyways, so let's get to this. If there's something that I particularly don't like, and I know that I'm having issues with this particular trait, this particular type of person, I'm going to do everything in my power to reduce the interaction. So going back to what the person said, well, if you like feminine Asian women, then why aren't you dating and talking to feminine Asian women? Or if you like feminine black women, then why aren't you talking and dating only feminine black women? I just don't understand. If you don't like the masculine or what you view as masculine, then why are you steady engaging? And that's the same question that I have to ask myself, and which is why I stopped dealing with DL insecure cis men. I don't have time for that. Because I couldn't sit up and constantly complain, oh, these niggas ain't shit. Here we go again. He lying, he cheating, he in the closet, he using me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, if I know all of this and I'm steady looking at all these red flags, but yet I keep ignoring or choosing to put myself in that situation, then I can't complain. So back to you. If you know that from your statements that Asian women are more feminine and they also like to work, then go talk to them. Stop talking to the black woman that you don't view as feminine. Again, it sounds like you creating your own problem. Right? So I had to do the same thing. And yes, it's hard. It's hard because if that's what you attracted to, that's what you attracted to. I get it. Because, I mean, my attraction to men is pretty much toxic. I wish I didn't have this attraction. I mean, I definitely wouldn't have chose this. Because, really? But I get it. But I had to work on that. So I know now I can't deal with DL, insecure, in the closet, I'm discreet, I'm not living my truths and being honest. I can't deal with those types. So I just don't bother. Now that takes discipline and time. So again, it just sounds to me like you're complaining and you know the answer to your own answer, but you want to deflect and gaslight and project. And you don't want to be accountable as well. So I get it. See, once you know, once you get the whole setup with a lot of these types, it does not faze you anymore. Again, you realize people just project. They tell on themselves. Nobody wants to be accountable. And don't get me wrong, I'm you. I get it. I make mistakes. I used to be constantly like that. And I'm not saying that I'm completely healed and I'm any better than you. But the difference is I'm self-aware. I can now smell my own shit. I'm not sitting up here, oh, well, I'm going to go over here and have this argument for sakes, but I'm never going to really look and self-reflect on my own behavior. And, hey, maybe I am full of shit. None of this ever comes to your mind. Some people just continue to be stuck on stupid, be stuck in their own ways. Because steady doing the same toxic behaviors, but then complaining about, like, what are we doing? It's like, again, a broken tape recorder at this point. When you look at this whole high value and red pill and hypergamy, and this is basically the same black gender war that was going on in the 2010, 2011, which was the same mess that they was arguing about in the 90s and 80s. This has been going on for centuries. Y'all gonna always be, this is why I like to say, and then notice this is a cis-het thing. This is a cisgendered heterosexual thing in particular. Now don't get me wrong. Within the LGBTQIA+, yes, alphabet gang warrior, what's good? We have similar problems and our own special problems and issues. Let's be real. Yes, we do. But this whole, I'm the alpha male, I'm the petite feminine, or I'm the Betty Crocker femme, or I'm the Rizzy the Riveter, whatever. Y'all going back and forth about all these social constructions. And if you notice, at any given time during life, what it means to be feminine and what it means to be masculine changes. So what's considered to be an alpha male today won't be an alpha male tomorrow. Things change, and vice versa with femininity. And again, it's all made up. Do what the hell pleases you and what works with you. Live your truths. Stop deflecting and running away from reality and running away from who you are. I mean, God, y'all come on here and literally want to sit up here and do all this projection and literally arguing and debating with folks that you don't even know. Just listen to what we are doing. Look at the behaviors that we are doing. That's how you know people are nuts. Okay? This is why we need more mental health. I'm going to keep saying it. Information on how you can find a therapist is in the description box below. And then nobody wants to hear about how their own shit stinks. That's just it. And that's going to be a separate video. But nobody wants to hear that. Everybody wants to think that they can do no wrong. I'm just Mr. Perfect, Mrs. Perfect. You're just perfect. The person, the folk, the individual is perfect. Nobody believes that they have any flaws, any negatives, any problems. You just got it all made. And that's our problem. Get out of your ego. I have to tell myself that every day. Like, get out of your ego. Get off of your high horse. You got problems. You toxic too. You full of shit too. Your shit stinks too. Because people don't want to do that though. Instead, it's always somebody else's fault. Let me blame this person. Let me blame that person. Let me never be held accountable. Let me be a hypocrite, right? Because let me judge you for doing the same stuff that I do behind closed doors, right? Again, fake, phony, just living a lie. And like I said, social media has enabled folks to just get on here and say stuff that they would never say in person. Like I said, the child, what Drake say, Twitter fingers can turn to trigger fingers. Hey, y'all better watch out. But for real though, y'all really get on social media, ain't no pictures, no profile, just get on here. And don't get me wrong, I get it. People vent, right? Because a lot of what people say on social media is really what they want to do. But they know that this is not probably politically correct, socially correct. Also, people are cowards, full of, it is what it is. People talk a good game on the internet, but then in reality, half of this stuff they would never say or do because they know. And then they expect you to be going back and forth with them forever and a day. And no, what did Congresswoman Maxine Waters say? Reclaiming my time. Back, what was that, 2017? We reclaiming my time? Okay, we reclaiming my time. We reclaiming our time in the year of our Lord, of our ancestors, 2021. We not going back and forth with y'all. You want to argue and do your huffing and puffing and going back and forth. You do that on your time. On my time, you're blocked. On my time, I just don't respond. Because see, the people pleasing and the needing to prove myself, I don't have to do that no more. I'm not operating in ego. So I don't care if you disagree, don't like, and what, blah, blah, blah. That's on you. And then, like I said, if you like feminine Asian women or feminine black women or feminine women, go talk to feminine women. Just like I have to tell myself, if I want to talk to another man that is emotionally available, that knows how to communicate, that isn't full of shit, then maybe I need to stop talking to the obvious people. I mean, if a person's on the DL, obviously they're lying, so why would you want to talk to? So I stopped dealing with that. Stop dealing with insecure people. Stop dealing with people that's already showing you red flags. If that's not what you like, stop putting yourself in that situation and hold yourself accountable. But again, that's too much responsibility and discipline for a lot of folks. So a lot of people choose to stay playing the victim and blaming everybody else and just, projecting and just the worst types of people to be around. That's the best way to put it. They will forever be in the same rut because they don't want to do that self-reflection. And then two, people be in their ego. And that's what we mean by, masculinity so fragile and toxic masculinity. And then also with women and feminine folks, y'all be participating in internalized misogyny, internalized sexism. And then you also participate in toxic masculinity. But anyways, made the sandwich. Y'all be safe out there. I'm good.